The biggest lesson I've learned from my clients, don't be afraid to be wrong. So that's been a really big one. And as a doctor, you are not taught that. So I remember one of my first experiences of being absolutely dead wrong was with a woman who had 9 Newfoundlands. They were the most gorgeous dogs that I have ever seen in my life. And they came in for an exam 4 at a time. So it was 4 and then the last one, which was the older one. So as I finished the last exam, I looked at that dog. I was like, wow, the exam is perfect. The teeth are gorgeous. The hair's glowing. I mean, you just keep your animals so well. They're huge dogs. And she was like, yeah. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go. And she's like, oh, and Barbara, I make fresh food for my dogs every day in a separate kitchen in my house. And I was like, Joan, you've got to get back in here. We've got to talk about this. You're killing your dogs. Like, this is terrible. And I had literally just given them all a perfect bill of health. So, and it didn't occur to me that I was wrong. It didn't occur to me even that day. Like, she very kindly walked back in the room, listened to me, and said, and I was like, okay, I've got these kibble foods, and I've got these things, and these are scientifically done, and you've got to change over. They're going to die. Like, I can't believe you're doing this. Because don't you love your dogs? And I mean, it was like almost like that. And she smiled at me. She goes, you know what, Barbara, we're never going to talk about nutrition again. And she said, we'll just agree to disagree on that. And I was like, huh. And I think it was probably 6 months later when I was like, could it be the nutrition that was making those dogs really healthy? And that changed my life. And I went back to her and I was like, I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. And I need to talk to you more about this, and I've got to figure this out. And it was very early in my career. And that started me thinking, okay, I might be wrong about this too. And I might be right, but I might be wrong, and I've got to figure it out. And so as a doctor, if you're not doing that, it's a mistake. Because health and wellness and medicine changes every day. And all of those things, we have to know what's going on. We're learning things about nutrition we didn't know a year ago. And it's so exciting, but that means I was wrong a year ago, right? But okay, and I'm going to try my very best to be right this year. And so knowing that I'm doing all of that, my clients have taught me that lesson over and over. They don't mind. They don't mind a doctor who says I might be wrong. Whereas we're all afraid they're going to hate us or think that we're not competent. But that's not the case. I feel like I'm a very competent vet, and sometimes I'm wrong.